everybody, and welcome to Truck King, except I'm not anywhere near Ontario today. In fact, I'm out in the desert in Yuma, Arizona, and what did to my startled eyes appear but a Buhanka. Now, if you're wondering what that is, don't ask me, but I'm actually here with Andre Smirnoff from TFL, and what I'm going to do, Andre, I'm going to grab the camera, and I'm going to let you do a walk around so that all our guys can see what this is all about. Please tell us about it.
Yeah, so this is my personal vehicle, and the reason why I met you, Howard, in Yuma, Arizona is because we just did El Camino del Diablo trail for our TFL Off-Road channel. So, and about 2 years ago, Howard, I was sitting at home, and a friend of mine who was in Russia sent me a picture of this, and he said, hey, this is available on sale. It was down in the southern part of Russia near the Black Sea. And he said, do you want it? And I said, yeah, it looks amazing, right? And so 2 years later, I finally have it, and it's driving and it's functioning. Actually, at the end of this video, Howard, how about you give it a little drive?
Oh, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, so it's so the Buhanka is a Russian term for loaf of bread. And I guess people called it that because it looks like a loaf of bread.
It's pretty square.
Actually, I'll show you the build out in a second. But my friend David was building the shelves, and he said the walls are not square, Andre. So it's all kind of has its own shape. Anyways, so let's walk around this way.
So this is like a camper van, right?
Well, it used to be kind of a commercial vehicle, right? So it was designed probably in the late 60s. They started building this body in the early 70s. And then to this day, they're manufacturing the same body. The engine has changed somewhat. It's a gasoline-powered vehicle, but it was always kind of a commercial vehicle that police departments and fire departments and militaries used to kind of move things around. Not a lot of them were civilian at first, and then they became civilian later. So four-wheel drive, solid axles, front and rear. We have manual locking hubs. These tires were put on later, basically kind of a big meaty mud tires. And this has a body lift. So this body is sitting about 1.5 inches higher, about maybe 3 centimeters higher than it would from the factory. So the tires are a little bit bigger. But Howard, come over. You see, I don't know if you can get a camera in here, but you see it's rubbed a hole in the fender right there.
Oh yeah.
So there's still some rubbing with this big tire kind of.
Well, maybe you got to slow down a bit, eh?
Yeah. So why do you need, limit straps on your doors, right? You don't need limit straps. So I've spent a night in this last night. Here are my pillows, and this is the engine.
Yeah, my dad had a Ford Econoline. I think it was a 64. That's what this reminds me of. Doghouse in the middle. They used to say if you own one of these things, you were the first guy on the scene of the accident.
That's true, because the crumple zone is your knee, right?
Pretty much.
And also, you're the first one, if it overheats and starts spewing coolant,
right,
it goes in your lap. So, hold on. So, let me show you the engine. Oh boy. Hold on. Here's the beauty. So it's a 2.7 liter gasoline, and then this one is fuel injected. By the way, pardon the hurricane winds.
Yeah. Yeah, if anybody's hearing that on the mics, we are just getting blown away down here today.
Yeah, so
there may not be any snow, but wow, is there a lot of dust and sand in the air?
So this is barely 100 horsepower probably, right? But it's my mechanic told me back in Denver, in Boulder, that it was probably born with a carbureted engine.
Yeah.
This is a 1992
right
model. But it was later probably replaced with a fuel-injected motor. That's what my mechanic told me, but I don't know exactly the history of it. Sorry, push against the wind.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna hang on to it.
Pretty basic. There's this is the way it came with a dinette. So this part right here, that's the way it came. So it was already kind of almost a camper van, right?
Right.
And then my buddy David built me this storage box / bed, so I can store my things underneath.
Is that where you hide the Mexicans?
No, there are no Mexicans involved here.
Okay, fair.
And then he built me this, and see the side of this shelf. You see how it bows?
Yeah.
So basically, did it move? No, I don't think it moved. Maybe it moved. It was such a rough road, dude. It was incredible.
It looks okay.
So let me show you in the back. Thank you. So here's the back of it. Oh, thank you.
All right.
All right, so bam. So it's a bit messy. Anyways.
Well, you just had 2 nights on the road, sure.
Yeah, we did. So we slept in our vehicles. We had another Ram truck that we were doing this trip with. But see, there's a little step. That's how it comes. I've got a little pintle hitch, kind of a military style hitch. I've got my snow chains.
Yeah.
And a shelf. And then if you saw the wires, I have a kind of lithium-ion battery in here. So we're using it for camping. So I had solar panels on top that we were powering the battery with. Now, that's a 4 low, by the way. So it has 4-wheel drive, low range. Pardon my mess here.
Yeah, it looks like your Buhanka threw up all over the place here.
Well, that's the wind. But Howard, you caught me. I was about to cook some cheeseburger.
Yeah, I heard that.
So, do you want to stay for dinner?
No. Thank you.
Well, at least I offered, right?
You did.
So,
you did. You know what? This thing is wicked cool. And the thing I'm going to do here right now, because people are listening, there you go. That's how you spell it. Buhanka. And if that wasn't its name, I'd want it to be the name, because that's just a really cool name.
Yeah, so it's a UAZ, right? UAZ is the factory that builds these. That's the acronym, UAZ.
Yeah.
And then it had several numeric designators. 452 was one of the model numbers. And also sometimes these are called 3714s. Don't ask me why those numbers exist. I have no idea why those numbers are there, but that's what it's called. But people in the Soviet Union lovingly called it Buhanka. So
sure.
So
you know what? I can absolutely see the appeal. You know, I mean, we make such a big deal out of the old VW camper vans, but this thing has got wicked clearance, 4-wheel drive, low range transfer case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take this one.
Yeah, by the way, did you see this? You see how this is bent?
Yep.
I think I bent it a little bit more on this trail. It just, the tire kind of came in contact with it.
Well, I'm going to look forward to your video when it gets up on TFL, because I'm sure you've got some running shots. That'll be wicked.
Yeah. By the way, are you going to do the trail in your truck?
Hell no.
Actually, most 4-wheel drive trucks will do this, just pen across. So yeah. This is kind of the entrance to the trail. And it gets really, really rocky, so your Civic or Corolla will not be able to do this, because you have to cross this mountain range and go down south towards the Mexico border and over towards the east. So even though your Civic will do 80% of this, your Civic will be there forever if you take your Civic down here.
Yeah, and I believe you, sir. So for all you guys in the basement, don't tell me about your mother's Corolla, okay? Yeah, I think this is a pretty serious off-roading machine.
Well, thank you,
it looks a little bit kind of like that thing that Scooby-Doo had, you know, that mystery van or whatever it was called.
Hold on, I'll show you something. Hold on a
Okay.
sec. There's my mystery van. You see that?
Okay, man, I called that one, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. So, I agree with you. So it also has a 4-speed manual.
Yeah.
I wish it had a 5-speed. I wish it had a 5-speed because top speed on this puppy is about 55 miles per hour.
Yeah, well, if you're off-road, that don't matter much,
No, it
right?
don't. Oh.
But like, real basic, everything standard. And if you'll notice these two over here, they're the transfer case and the high and low range. It's all mechanical.
Yeah,
So
totally.
yeah, you're busy if you're shifting all that stuff.
You are busy, and this moisture, I believe my clutch fluid started leaking. So it's leaking on my shoes, basically, over here. And also my headlight switch broke. So this is my headlight switch.
Yeah.
And it started smoking a little bit on the trail.
The switch started smoking?
Yes.
Okay.
And I thought we had a huge problem because I thought my electrical system was going to melt down, but it didn't melt down.
Good news.
So it kind of made it. Oh, we think we had a vapor lock issue. So because it was shaking us on the washboard road so much, we think it built up a lot of, I don't know, vapor lock issue, and I was starting to lose power.
Yeah.
But we burped the tanks, and we kind of got back here. So.
Oh man, that's the fun of off-roading. And if there isn't something happening, you're just not trying hard enough.
Yeah, this was a tough one. I had no idea what it's going to be like, but we completed it. So yeah, check it out on TFL Off-Road.
Yeah, absolutely. Go have a look. I mean, I'm sure Andre's got some great footage.
So.
And man, if you ever get this up to Ontario, I'd love to try this on some of our trails.
By the way, do they sell UAZs in Canada?
You know what? This is the first one I've ever seen.
Okay. Because I know a lot of Nivas, Lada used to sell up there, right?
Yeah, those I've seen. We've got the Nivas, but I've never seen one of these. This one's new to me.
Well, maybe eventually I'll bring it up.
That'd be cool.
All right, thanks.
Thanks very much for showing us, Andre.
All right, sounds good.
That's it, everybody. I'm going to get out of the wind right now, but hey, that was fun having a look at that, wasn't it? So, before you go, though, go below, hit like, hit subscribe, and then come on back, because I'm sure Steve's doing something back home.